Top 10. Upcoming games with unique mechanics. You can't miss. Have you ever found yourself standing at the edge of a cliff in a game, heart pounding, knowing that one wrong move could send you plummeting into the unknown? Imagine if every choice you made, every action, could change the course of your adventure in ways you never thought possible. What if the game itself felt alive, constantly shifting, evolving, and pushing you to the limit? Welcome to a world where gaming is no longer just about playing. It's about feeling, about challenging your mind, your instincts, and your very perception of reality. In the next few minutes, we're diving deep into 10 upcoming games that promise to redefine what we know about game mechanics. These aren't just new titles. They're experiences that will keep you on the edge of your seat, craving more. But here's the twist. These games don't just throw you into action. No, they trap you in worlds that are both beautiful and dangerous, where every decision carries weight, where the boundaries between right and wrong, hero and villain, are blurred. The stakes are higher, the worlds are larger, and the consequences, they're personal. From fully destructible environments that let you wreak havoc to games that allow you to control your fate with every choice, this list will take you through realms you never thought possible. You'll fly on the back of dragons, battle with ancient gods, and even create alternate versions of yourself. Each game pushes the boundaries of what we expect and challenges us to think differently about how we play. But remember, these aren't just games. They're battles. Battles not just with the enemies in front of you, but with the very fabric of the worlds you're trapped in. Will you conquer them, or will they swallow you whole? Stay tuned, because these games are about to take you on a journey you'll never forget. Unforgettable adventure where every corner holds something new to discover. Imagine gliding through the clouds, the wind rushing past as you take in a sweeping view of a vast, breathtaking world beneath you. Crimson Desert isn't just about fighting monsters. It's about experiencing a living, breathing world where the landscape stretches for miles and every moment feels like a new chapter in your epic story. The sense of scale here is truly staggering. Whether you're soaring above treacherous cliffs or diving into dense forests filled with danger, the sheer scope of the environment leaves you in awe. But the real heart-pounding excitement comes when you climb aboard your dragon. With the ability to take to the skies, you'll not only see the world from a completely different perspective, but you'll also engage in combat like never before. Battles that were once confined to the ground now spill into the air, with high-flying dragon fights that will have you on the edge of your seat, your heart racing as you dodge fiery breath and launch devastating attacks. While much of Crimson Desert remains shrouded in mystery, one thing is clear. The game's open-world mechanics are designed to immerse you completely. Every dragon ride, every skirmish, and every exploration feels seamless, fluid, and full of possibilities. It's a world where your actions matter, where the choices you make shape your journey, and where the thrill of discovery never stops. Cairn, a time when open-world games have become the norm, Crimson Desert stands out by not just giving you a vast world to explore, but a world that feels alive with endless opportunities. The promise of flying a dragon through such a richly detailed world is enough to stir the imagination. But what happens when you add the weight of real consequences? Can you control this untamed world, or will it control you? One thing's for sure. Crimson Desert isn't just a game, it's an adventure that will pull you in and never let go. Unforgettable adventure. In Jump Ship, the boundaries between space battles and ground warfare blur in the most exhilarating way possible. Picture this. You're piloting your ship through the vacuum of space, dodging enemy fire, navigating asteroids, and charting your course toward an enemy station. But instead of simply watching the action unfold from a cockpit view, you dive straight into it, literally. Once you reach your destination, you dock your ship, and in the blink of an eye, you're on the ground, fighting enemies in close quarters. Combat, engaging in intense firefights with guns blazing. This seamless transition between two vastly different modes of gameplay is what makes Jump Ship so unique. It's not just about fighting, it's about how you fight, when you fight, and where you fight. The scale of the game is truly mind-blowing. Imagine controlling an entire crew on a massive spaceship where everyone has a role to play. One player might be piloting the ship, while others manage turrets, repair the ship, or prepare for boarding actions. As you land, you switch gears and move from outer space to close combat with the same intensity and precision. It's a constant shift in pace. One moment you're maneuvering in the cold void of space, the next you're on the ground, dodging enemy gunfire. The beauty of jump ship lies in its ability to make these transitions feel effortless. The game's mechanics allow for smooth, rapid changes between ship-based combat and on-foot action, making the experience feel seamless and immersive. No more clunky transitions or jarring cuts, just one continuous, fluid experience. And let's not forget the cooperative aspect. Whether you're teaming up with friends or playing solo, Jump Ship keeps you on your toes, challenging you to adapt quickly, think strategically, and work together. With such a vast, dynamic environment to explore and battle through, every mission feels like a new, exciting challenge. In a gaming landscape dominated by repetitive mechanics, Jump Ship stands out by offering a unique and exhilarating gameplay loop. It's not just about piloting ships or running gunfights. It's about living in a universe where both can happen at once. Ready to jump in? The universe awaits. Cairn isn't just about reaching the summit. It's about every agonizing, exhilarating step along the way. As you embark on this treacherous climb, the world beneath you feels unforgiving. The air is thin, the rocks jagged, and every muscle in your body screams for rest. But you push forward, driven not just by the thrill of ascent, but by the raw, visceral struggle to survive. The beauty of Cairn lies in its ability to immerse you in the climbing experience. This isn't a game that simply asks you to climb. It challenges you to feel every movement. As you scale sheer cliffs, every hold matters. Your hands grasp for solid rock, your feet search for purchase, and every shift in your posture requires precision to maintain your balance. This is climbing at its most authentic, where success isn't just about reaching the top, it's about mastering the process, the technique, and the endurance needed to overcome nature's obstacles. Unlike many games that simply offer a stamina, bar, or an automatic climb mechanic, Cairn forces you to think critically about each move you make. You'll need to assess the rock face in front of you, searching for the best holds and figuring out how to leverage your body weight to your advantage. But it doesn't stop there. Resource management plays a crucial role in your survival. You'll need to use tools like pitons to anchor yourself and chalk to improve your grip, constantly making decisions that affect your progress. This isn't a game where you can just blindly climb to the top. Every choice, every movement requires careful planning and skill. And with the game's punishing difficulty, the more you climb, the more you feel the weight of the journey. It's a battle against nature, your own limitations, and the clock. The fear of failure is real, and the climb itself is as much a psychological challenge as it is a physical one. If you're someone who craves an experience that pushes you to the edge, Cairn will test you in ways that few other games dare to. It's a game of grit, patience, and determination. Every step forward is earned, and the sense of accomplishment you'll feel when you finally reach that summit? Unmatched. Cairn isn't just a game. It's a true test of your willpower. Will you conquer the mountain, or will it conquer you? In Clockwork Revolution, time isn't just a backdrop, it's the very fabric of the game. Imagine stepping into a world where your actions don't just unfold in the moment, but ripple through time, shifting the very course of history. In the foyer, city around you, once full of vibrant life, begins to unravel, showing its darker, war-torn future as a direct result of the choices you make. Every decision, whether big or small, leaves a permanent mark on the world, and with it comes a weight of responsibility that's rarely seen in modern gaming. The game takes place in a beautifully designed steampunk city, a world of brass gears, steam-powered technology, and vintage charm. It feels like something pulled straight from the pages of a dystopian novel, yet filled with life and potential. But as you manipulate time, you start to see that every interaction, every move, has consequences that go far beyond the immediate moment. The city changes in real time. What was once a place of color and hope can quickly become a bleak, decaying environment as your decisions shape its future. This isn't a simple time loop. In Clockwork Revolution, you're not just revisiting the past to change outcomes. You are actively controlling the flow of time, making choices that will alter the course of history, for better or for worse. The futuristic city you see at the start may be unrecognizable by the time you reach its end, and the stark contrast between what it was and what it has become creates a sense of urgency, as if the very fate of the world is hanging in the balance. The beauty of this mechanic lies in its complexity. Choices aren't clear-cut, and the game doesn't just push you towards a single good or bad path. Instead, you're presented with morally gray decisions that challenge your perception of right and wrong. Will you use your power to save the city from destruction, or will you contribute to its inevitable fall? Will you play the hero, or become the architect of chaos? The future of the city, and potentially of the entire world, rests in your hands. In a time where choices in games often feel superficial, Clockwork Revolution promises to deliver a narrative that makes your decisions feel meaningful. With every time jump, the world transforms in ways that are stunning and unsettling, making you question the true impact of your actions. It's a game where the past, present, and future collide, and where every step you take reverberates across time, leaving you with a lingering sense of both awe and responsibility. Will you alter the course of history, or let it unfold in the way it was always meant to? The choice is yours, and the consequences are forever. Clockwork Revolution doesn't just ask you to play the game. It asks you to become a part of its story, one where time is the ultimate power. In The Lost Wild, survival horror isn't just about avoiding monsters or surviving scripted jump scares. It's about facing down creatures with the intelligence to outsmart you at every turn. These dinosaurs aren't the mindless beasts of traditional games. With sophisticated AI, each one behaves in unpredictable ways, adding an extra layer of danger that will keep you on edge throughout the game. As you venture deeper into the wild, you'll encounter a variety of dinosaurs, each with its own unique patterns and responses. Some might stalk you from a distance, watching your every move, while others may charge at you in a sudden, terrifying frenzy. The true terror, however, lies in how you interact with them. The Lost Wild challenges you to think like a hunter and a survivor. You'll need to observe their behaviors, learn when to stay still, when to run, and when to take the offensive. Some dinosaurs might be easily startled or distracted by a sudden noise, while others could be more relentless in their pursuit. Gone are the days of facing monsters that mindlessly follow preset paths. The game's AI gives each dinosaur a level of realism that makes them feel almost human in their reactions. One moment, you might think you've outsmarted a predator, only to have it circle back around, anticipating your next move. In the dense, untamed environments, your every decision has weight. If you make the wrong choice, you could become the hunted. This complex behavior system creates an experience that feels incredibly immersive and nerve-wracking. Instead of just surviving a wave of enemies, you're actively engaging in a battle of wits with creatures that aren't bound by scripts. They react and adapt to your actions. Whether you're hiding behind a tree, trying to craft a weapon, or using the environment to your advantage, the dinosaurs' reactions can change on a dime. It's a constant game of cat and mouse, where every moment could be your last. For fans of survival horror, The Lost Wild promises to deliver a terrifying, strategic experience. It's not just about jumping at loud noises. It's about carefully reading the behavior of the creatures around you and reacting with precision. The level of unpredictability in each encounter makes the game feel alive, and the fear of what might happen next is something that will stick with you long after you put the controller down. In mind, The Lost Wild. The real monster isn't just the dinosaur. It's the unknown, the tension that builds as you realize you can never fully predict what these creatures will do next. In Lost Skies, the freedom to create is at the heart of the adventure. Imagine combining the thrill of Sea of Thieves with the vast open skies, where instead of sailing across the ocean, you're soaring through the clouds on your very own, custom-built airship. This is a world where the skies are your playground, and every decision, from the materials you use to the weapons you install, can drastically change how you experience the game. The beauty of Lost Skies lies in its airship creation mechanics. The game doesn't just let you pick from preset designs. It allows you to craft your ship from the ground up, tailoring every part to suit your playstyle. Whether you prefer a sleek, fast craft for hit-and-run tactics or a heavily armored behemoth, to withstand aerial combat, the possibilities are endless. You'll gather resources, build parts, and even modify your ship's weapons and defensive systems, all while managing a crew to assist with various tasks like repair, navigation, and combat. Once your ship is ready, it's time to take to the skies. The excitement doesn't end with shipbuilding. Lost Skies delivers intense, high-speed aerial battles where you'll need to navigate treacherous clouds, dodge enemy fire, and engage in strategic dogfights with rival crews. The game's combat is fast-paced, requiring quick reflexes and a deep understanding of your ship's capabilities. Imagine blasting through enemy lines, using your ship's cannons to take down flying robots, or avoiding enemy fire while swooping in for a final strike. But the action doesn't stop there. Lost Skies isn't just about fighting in the air, it's about surviving in a dangerous, ever-changing world. The sky is filled with threats, from hostile airships to deadly weather patterns, and you'll need to make tactical decisions on the fly. Do you take the risk of flying through a storm to reach a distant island filled with resources, or do you wait out the weather, knowing that enemies might be closing in? With its unique blend of base building and combat, Lost Skies offers an exciting new twist on the survival genre. It's a game that rewards creativity, teamwork, and quick thinking, all while delivering an immersive experience that keeps you engaged with every flight. If you're craving a fresh take on open-world survival games, Lost Skies is one title that promises to deliver a thrilling adventure like no other. Prepare to take to the skies, because the world is waiting to be conquered. In The Altars, the line between who you are and who you could be blurs, offering a deeply thought-provoking gameplay experience. Imagine being able to create multiple versions of yourself, each one with its own history, skills, and desires, and using them to help you survive in a harsh, unforgiving world. This cloning mechanic isn't just a unique gameplay feature, it's the heart of the game, and it adds a new layer of complexity and intrigue to every decision you make. Each clone you create is an alternate reality version of yourself, shaped by different life choices. Perhaps one clone is a brilliant strategist, another is a skilled engineer, while another may excel in diplomacy or combat. As you explore the game's vast environments and manage your base, you'll need to balance the needs of these different versions of yourself. Each clone has its own needs: hunger, exhaustion, and emotional well-being, and you must carefully decide how to allocate resources and manage your clone's actions to ensure the survival of your whole collective. But it's not just about keeping your clones alive. The Altars is a narrative-driven game where your decisions shape the relationships between your clones and determine how they work together, or against each other. Can your clones coexist, or will they start to resent the roles you've assigned them? As you develop the narrative, you'll be forced to confront the consequences of creating these alternate versions of yourself. Can you control them, or will they begin to assert their independence, challenging your authority and reshaping the course of your survival? The beauty of this mechanic is that it transforms every decision into a moral quandary. Do you make the best use of your clones' unique abilities, or do you risk their well-being for the sake of the greater good? Will you make choices that strengthen the bond between your clones, or will you be forced to make difficult decisions that could lead to division and chaos? The interplay between your clones adds layers of emotional complexity to the game, making it far more than just a survival story. It's a test of identity, control, and sacrifice. In The Altars, survival is not only about gathering resources and building shelter, it's about managing relationships, choices, and the versions of yourself you've created. It's a game that challenges your notions of individuality and asks you to consider how far you'd go to ensure survival, whether for yourself or the versions of you that exist in alternate realities. If you're a fan of narrative-driven survival games that explore deeper themes of morality and identity, The Altars offers a uniquely compelling experience that will leave you questioning the true meaning of self. In Adapt, The power to shape life itself is at your fingertips. Imagine starting from the very beginning of existence, creating a creature from the ground up, and guiding it through the entire process of evolution. The path you choose for your creature is entirely up to you. Whether you decide to cultivate a peaceful herbivore that thrives in harmony with nature, or a ruthless carnivore that dominates the food chain. This game gives you unparalleled control over every aspect of your creature's development, from its physical traits to its behaviors. What makes Adapt stand out is the depth of the evolutionary system. Each decision you make, whether it's choosing a particular trait or adapting your creature to survive in a new environment, has a lasting impact. Your creature can evolve in countless ways, each unique to your playthrough, meaning no two creatures will ever be the same. You might start with a simple, small organism, but through careful choices, it could evolve into a terrifying apex predator. Or perhaps it will take a different, more peaceful route, evolving unique traits suited to its environment. The beauty of Adapt lies in its flexibility. Unlike traditional games where your options are limited to predefined characters or paths, here you control everything. You decide how your creature interacts with the world, how it survives, and what kind of relationship it forms with other species. Will it evolve to become a master hunter, using sharp claws and fierce speed to catch prey? Or will it develop a more complex social structure, relying on cooperation and intelligence to thrive? The choice is yours, and it feels as if the world truly bends to your decisions. Beyond the physical evolution, the game also introduces moral and strategic layers. Do you adapt your creature to be a fierce predator that dominates others? Or do you take a more calculated, peaceful approach to coexist with the ecosystem? Adapt forces you to think about the broader implications of your choices, from how your creature interacts with other life forms to how its environment shapes its evolution. The game's intricate mechanics allow you to experiment and see how small changes can drastically affect the trajectory of your species. For anyone who has ever dreamed of controlling the course of life itself, Adapt brings that fantasy to life in ways that feel fresh and exciting. Whether you're creating a cunning hunter or a gentle grazer, the experience is rich with possibilities, and the journey of guiding your creature through its evolutionary stages is both deeply satisfying and endlessly replayable. In Adapt, your decisions matter, because you're not just creating a creature, you're shaping the future of an entire species. Screenbound takes the idea of dual gameplay and flips it on its head, offering an experience so unique that it may just redefine the very notion of how we play video games. At first glance, it seems simple enough. You play a game on a handheld device, much like an old-school Game Boy. But here's where it gets wild. The game you control on this device exists within the 3D world around you, and your movements in the 3D environment directly influence how your character moves in the core 2D game. And the reverse is true as well. What happens in the 2D world affects the 3D space you're exploring. This creates an incredibly mind-bending, dual-dimensional experience that demands both focus and coordination. Imagine walking around in the 3D world, solving puzzles and navigating environments, but with each action you take affecting your gameplay on the 2D screen of your Game Boy-like device. You might have to move your character through obstacles in the 3D world, but those actions will also dictate your success in the 2D game you're controlling. It's a fascinating concept that requires a new level of multitasking, making every decision feel connected and important. The brilliance of Screenbound lies in how it challenges the traditional boundaries of video gaming. Rather than separating the experiences into distinct layers, the game forces you to manage both dimensions at once, making each level a dynamic, interactive puzzle. Whether you're navigating through a labyrinth in the 3D world or completing objectives in the 2D game, both worlds are intertwined in a way that makes them inseparable. It's not just about what happens in one world, it's about how the actions in both spaces flow together to create a cohesive experience. At first, this gameplay mechanic may sound like a confusing task, but once you get into the rhythm of switching between the two dimensions, it becomes a mesmerizing challenge that pulls you deeper into the game. There's a thrill in figuring out how to manipulate the two worlds at the same time, an adrenaline rush that comes with realizing that your success in one world is intrinsically linked to your ability to navigate the other. Screenbound offers a bold and innovative twist on the traditional gaming experience. It's a concept that pushes the boundaries of what's possible, introducing a new layer of depth and strategy to the way we engage with games. If you've ever wondered how gaming could evolve to the next level, Screenbound is a prime example of just how far imagination can take us. It's an experience you'll have to see to believe, one that might just change the way you think about gaming forever. These 10 games aren't just unique, they are reshaping the entire landscape of gaming. They push the boundaries of what we thought was possible, offering experiences that go beyond simple play. From soaring on the back of dragons to controlling alternate versions of yourself, each of these titles brings something innovative and unexpected to the table. They're not just games. They're bold new worlds where anything can happen, where every choice matters, and where the rules are being rewritten. But now, the question is, which one are you most excited about? Is it the idea of managing multiple versions of yourself in the altars? Or perhaps Screenbound? This mind-bending dual-dimensional experience has you hooked. Whatever your choice, these games promise to take you on journeys unlike anything you've ever experienced before. We want to hear from you. Which game is at the top of your list? What unique mechanic do you find the most intriguing? Drop your thoughts in the comments below and share this video with your fellow gamers. The future of gaming is unfolding before our eyes, and it's more thrilling than ever. So buckle up. It's going to be an incredible ride. Let's explore the unknown, embrace the innovation, and dive into the future of gaming together.